Okay, hello everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Victor. So today we'll be talking about online business mastermind. Yeah, so last week we had the first mastermind, but unfortunately a lot of people were not around, so I decided to do it again. But just like someone said, there are a lot of opportunity out there, but it's not open to our people. So that's what intrigued me to try to bring some of the principles that I've tested that are working back to our people. So before we talk about online business, before we talk about online business, let's just have a quick definition of business so we are all on the same boat. Business is simply the exchange of product or service for money. So you exchange product or service for money. That's the essence of business. But there are two types of business. You have tangible business and you have online business. For those of you who have been in business before, tangible business is when you have like a, you have a tangible store, you have a restaurant, you have your accounting firm. Those are tangible businesses where you can see them. Now the future is moving towards online. With online business, you don't see your customers, you don't see your client, everything is online. So that's what we'll be talking about today. But before we get in, I'm just gonna say two things about online business. Online business, the first thing is that it's low cost. When I say low cost, it means you can start with little, really little money. It's not like back in the days in 1970 or 1985 or 1990, where you have to fund a store with a couple of millions, Now you can start a store with as little as $500 or $200. And the next advantage of online business is that you have the World Wide Web as your client base. So you have client base everywhere. You just put it on the internet. People in Asia, Africa, Europe, they can patronize whatever business you have. But there is a saying, any successful online business starts with a solid platform. So you either have a website, either an e-commerce website, a niche website, or you can have a service website. So today, let's brainstorm the 5 ways of making money online, the 5 successful ways of making money online. During the last workshop, I did 9 ways of making money online. So now I summarize it to 5 solid points, which we're gonna hit on right now. So the way it works is that I'm gonna choose a topic, I talk a little bit about the topic, and then I show a practical scenario. I like when I do something, I show something to prove it out. One of the most successful people when it comes to online business, which most of you know, the guy from Amazon, Jeff Bezos, is the most successful person, and he's the one that promotes online business. So everyone is now, with the pandemic, everyone is moving towards online business. There is a very important quote from Jeff Bezos, and I keep that quote on a very high esteem when it comes to online business. Jeff Bezos said, and I quote, "If you build a great customer experience, it will go a long way. The word of mouth is very powerful." You see, when it comes to online business, it's not like a tangible business where you have a supermarket. You can have face-to-face rapport with the customer. With online business, everything is executed online. They pay with their credit card, they pay with their pocket wallet. They don't see you. So when it comes to online business, there is 2 things. You need trust, honesty, and integrity. If you have all that within you, then you can move well with online business. The first thing we're going to talk about, which will blow everybody's mind, is e-commerce. Number one is e-commerce. And pretty much everyone knows about e-commerce. E-commerce is when you sell merchandise or product or services online. It's pretty straightforward. There are different ways you execute the e-commerce. The first way, you can have your own website where you sell whichever product you want to sell. You can decide to sell running shoes, you can sell t-shirts, you can sell anything you want to sell. In that case, you have your own website, so you can call it www.godfrey.com or .joyce.com. That's your platform. That's what you use to make your money. That's the first way. The second way is you use what is called a third party. Some of you guys might have heard of Amazon. You might have heard of Shopify or Etsy. These are platforms where you can go in and they give you a spot. When they give you a spot, you can sell your products on that spot. So it's like you go to a huge shopping mall. When you get to a shopping mall, let's say you go to Eaton Center in Toronto, or you go to whatever shopping mall. When you go in, now you meet all the stores. You have Aldo, you have H&M, you have Yogo Boss. So you have all these different boutiques inside. Now what's the catch? The catch is that you have to pay every month. You pay every month for the spot. Some people don't like that because sometimes you might be paying expensive, online for that spot. What happens if you don't sell a merchandise or you don't sell a product? You still have to pay that. So that is the beauty. And then we also have what is called fulfillment when it comes to online e-commerce. What is fulfillment? Those of you who know Amazon have a program which is called Amazon FBA, which is fulfillment by Amazon. How does it work? You can ship a product from anywhere in the world into Amazon warehouse. And Amazon will do the packaging, the shipping, the delivering, the payment for you. And then they will give you a cut. It's called a loyalty. They can take 15% of all, what they've been doing. Someone made a statement the other time that she was able to buy African food on Amazon. She was surprised. She was buying ekwang, banga soup. That's the beauty of Amazon FBA. So that's how e-commerce works. E-commerce is just you're selling product. You are selling. Another catch with e-commerce is that for you to sell products, you need a website, or if you don't have a website, you can still try to sell product through Instagram, or you can sell it through Facebook Marketplace. The disadvantages of using social media marketing is that sometimes they can restrict some of the features. And exactly when it comes to payment, they don't give you a payment card, or they don't give you a secure card and a payment gateway. So if people want to buy a product, what do? They will have to call you up and make that payment through whatever means. So that's why most people don't rely on social media. Most people want to go onto their website. But what's the catch about the website? For you to own a website, you need a domain. For those of you, GoDaddy or Wiz. And then you also need to have a hosting. So there is a recurring fees every month also with the website, either e-commerce website, a niche website, or a service website, which we're going to talk about. I'll show you some example. So what did I do? Because I realized that most people don't get into e-commerce because of those recurring fees. I team up with some developers to have websites that you can just buy it once and it doesn't come with the reoccurrence fees. So you get your domain, you get your hosting, you buy it upfront. So there is a service website, niche website, and you also have what is called the e-commerce website with a payment gateway that I'm going to show you guys. If you are very technical, if you are technical, you can actually go to any of the the internet service provider. You can go to HostGator or Bluehost, and what do? You pay them upfront. They can get you a domain and a hosting, but again, you will pay the recurring fees. So now that we've spoken about e-commerce, why don't I jump up to my desktop and I'm going to show you some examples, because the way this workshop goes is we talk a little bit and then we have a practical example. So let's go. So now what I would like to display is that I would like to show you, first of all, when it comes to e-commerce, I would like to show you first Shopify, so you know how it operates. And for those of you who live in Canada, Shopify is pretty much, when you talk about Shopify, it's pretty much one of the largest e-commerce platforms in North America. So let's check what they have to offer. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen right now. So this is Shopify. Can you guys see my screen? Okay, so when you go to Shopify, what happened? You will have your store. They give you your online store, but they're charging you. The basic plan for Shopify is $29 a month, and it gives you all the feature. You have a $79 and a $299. Again, just like I mentioned, some people don't like that because what about if they don't sell any product? They will still have to pay that. So that's when it comes to the third party. So now I will stop sharing my screen and let's go to some of, the online. And again, while I am discussing, if you guys have a question, you can just unmute yourself and then you come up with your question, just to make it, proactive. So the next website that I'm going to show you is, I'm going to show you the website that I said I worked with some designer and we came up with. This website are website that you can just get the website and you start selling the next day. It comes with a payment gateway, so it's not something you should worry about. So now, while I'm checking that, I see there is somebody in the waiting room. Let me just get the person in. Okay. Okay, so here is my desktop. If you can see, I already have my own website, which is www.veuniverse.com. So in my website, I create content about investment. You can see I talk about stock market. I talk about how to start a small business. Those are the things that I discuss. So people come to my website to learn about investment and they end up patronizing my online business. As you can see, I have stuff that I'm selling. So now let's go to websites for sale. When you go to website for sale, now it gives you all the different categories. We have category number 1, e-commerce. When you go to e-commerce, what happened? It displays the page. You can actually click on it and it will take you to the e-commerce website itself. And just what I was explaining was that these particular sites are one shot. You buy it one shot and you can start selling the next day. When you look on top, it says that these websites are on sale. So for e-commerce, it's a little bit complicated because you have everything in the shopping cart. You can even say, okay, let's say we want to buy this shoe. We click on it. It takes you to a secure check-in page. It takes you to a cart. And then you can check out. If you want to buy, you can just click on it. You enter all your information, very secure, and you buy. This is what most people use right now because You own the website, you don't pay the recurring fees, you just buy it. The price of this particular e-commerce is $5.99. So you pay upfront and you own it. So that's it when it comes for e-commerce. It's pretty straightforward. So we have a couple of other e-commerce. I will go to the next one. So Fashionic is for men and women clothing and fashion, exactly. If you are someone who wants to sell electronics, you want to sell anything you want to sell, from computers to phones, you can get to Marketplace. Marketplace is amazing because it's like a complete online store. You can sell whatever you want to sell, ranging from clothes, hardware, home and garden. You have all that information. So what do you see? As you can see, Marketplace is fully loaded. You have phones, you have laptops, you even have tires. It also have a payment gateway. But when it comes to e-commerce, it's not just you selling stuff right away. There is also what they call a niche website. A niche website is where someone creates some value, and then at the end of the value, they promote a product. So let's hop on to one of my niche websites which we have on sale. One of them is beauty and fashion. One of them is beauty and fashion. When you go to beauty and fashion, what do you see? You'll see that the person who owns the website, by the way, is just $2.99 for this website. So let's go check it out. So for niche website, the person creates value. As you can see, you have all these different hairstyles. So the person will promote a hairstyle, or it will promote some sort of lingerie, or they will promote some makeup. At the end, what happens? They will, at the end, they will sell a product. So that's how niche website operates. And after niche website, we also have what is called, which is very important, we also have services website. Services website is when you are an accountant or you are a nurse, you want to provide some service. And what do? You have your website where you provide that service. Let's check one of them, which is, let's say you are a nurse. It's a service website. So you provide some consulting. You also add value by educating people about some medication. You can also have prescription drugs. And at the end, what happened? You patronize a particular company. So you can sell stuff like stethoscopes, you can sell syringes, and it's fully loaded. It comes with all the different, social media platform. You have 5 pages or 3 pages. It comes with the logo. These are all inbuilt. But before we go away from e-commerce, let me show you something. A typical example of a niche site. This is one of my friends, Maison Mocha in the UK. She deals with African merchandise. So what happened? She provides all this information at the end of the day. What happened? She sells some product. So as you can see right here, that's how it works. So that's exactly what you can see or expect when you deal with e-commerce. Pretty straightforward. You provide services. When you provide, at the end, you can leverage it. I know some people are just coming in. So we are talking about e-commerce. We have explained the different ways of, making money through e-commerce. The first way is that you can own your own website, which is pretty straightforward, or you can rent a store in any e-commerce platform. So Shopify, Amazon, Wish, Etsy, you can rent a store on their platform. And when you talk about e-commerce, the websites are breaking down into 3 categories. Category number 1 is you have what is called the complete sales. So you just sell stuff on your website. Again, just like I said, most people don't want to get website because they always think about the recurring fees. But I teamed up with some developers to develop websites that if you come up to my page, you will see a lot of this website that we share out with, you know, it's already developed. You can, like, here's Maison Mocha, where they are just trying to leverage and sell to people. You explain a little bit about the product, and then you have a way to sell. So that's Maison Mocha. You also have services. You can be a nurse, you can be a pharmacy, you can be an accountant. You provide service. When people like the service, you can link them up to an accounting firm and they pay you. That's another way of making money online. And then, just like I was explaining, you also have a complete e-commerce site. When I say complete e-commerce site, is they are not providing you any, you know, they're not creating any value. All they do is that they're just ready to sell stuff, you know. So you can be in fashion and design, you sell men and ladies fashion. You can be in food and nutrition, you sell food and nutrition services. So this is a typical example of an e-commerce. This is Fashionic. It's already built, it has a payment gateway. All you have to do, come in, if you want to buy a product, you click on it. Once you click on it, there is a checkout page. The checkout page is building a secure gateway. And that's how you go about that. So while we are moving through, if you have any question, feel free to come up with your question, because it's an interactive. This is an interactive workshop. If you have a question, feel free to come up with your question. Again, we are just closing up on e-commerce.